of the drama, the budget, the debate later today.
Peace FM.
Peace FM 104.3. Good to meet you.
Where's your Aquaba?
Oh, Massa, yeah,
Nana Kumiasu, I feel papa.
Massa, Miss Mafina, Kumia.
Oh, Haswanka. Okay. When you be na eja. Hey. Alata Samuel. Nana Kumia Pedi Watson.
Thank you, sir.
Crazy good to see you, Aquaba.
Yeah.
Boko de baby Akoe.
Oh, Boko.
Nice. Nana.
Kwame.
Kwesiabo.
As your call election observer Venezuela.
Yeah.
Now question on your election me who's your observer?
On fire election in fan. Fan home because of Beto Benon, but
oh, that because it's not true.
But what is
for 3 elections?
Yeah.
I worked in the strong for 3 elections.
At least I remember 2000.
Continuously. I was in the strong room.
Party.
Well, but I played many roles in elections.
For party. Make observer, okuta tag, come round. Monitor the report there, but send a go Venezuela.
And your first time.
As I it's an international election expert.
I observer, Pacho. Caso expert. I observe.
Alata Semina. Somebody be share on Semo.
Nana, now the brand name media. Debbie. Nana, into we enfa. Now the brand name media.
Do the next week, dear no bar.
And not me,
next week, dear no bar.
Officer
saying, Tim me, my Judy. Me now the best share me some nature. Me enjoy it and me be you the runa kwesisi fane dia brand one famba.
Yo, but
iti say okay say media nana we die FMN Naturals alata seminar papa bipa. FMN Naturals bath gel comes in 3 different fragrances: aloe, cocoa, and lemon, made from all natural alata seminar, and it's good for all skin types. It will not bleach your skin, that's the good part. And so FMN Naturals bath gel, called Nadeska Ventures on 0243 177 200. Nadeska Ventures on 0243 177 200 or 054 626 5588 054 626 5588. Those of you on social media, simply look for FMN Naturals and Rubonia Minik Nana Kumiani Kwesi Prat Eka Anope. Nana, ono akwa parliament da wa hu ne ehuri ho no. Controversy over 2022 budget showdown in parliament, and majority seeks to challenge minority on Friday's rejection, disapproval, whatever it is. Fresh discussions. From your experience and a consensus building, Bebuawi, minority, the 5 conditions about Ebisa say, is it a justified attempt and an attempt to sabotage the government? Majority leader, ni speaker, ni omuntokwa keting. Experiences from parliament, Nana. This is right down your alley. Ebe yini.
Yo, Kwame,
yes, sir.
Mamincha wetie for.
Major super.
Asema isi wa parliament ide. Asema yenya yehu adwuri. If it's a 4th parliament year, yako shemu free 1992. Ebinsi say government budget. Now, I reject.
Yeah.
This is the first time. The way Charles said, baby, I do one so do baby, map niho.
Emudo.
No map.
You baby.
I feel yeah map and see a fire compass. Yeah, share. I find you do because you far order.
Yeah.
New territory. Na asemi ba im se fia de twa mi utie parties no a jeso bia boefu
Tintin.
obia tintin majority no MPP for say Juma Speaker Bagbin or yeah if you had and sweaty mra and tertiary ni Ghana mra ponum and man who quite so there's a say Juma no yeah and nuntinu normally near quote article and article there will be a good quote to near quote to standing order say article 104 clause 3 article 108 clause 1 then standing order way nti nuntinu ya back parliament and Tuesday ya kwen bia be faso ye be sisa no empene Jumana speaker back bin ya no empene so ye be sisa no ye be send the budget na ba utie NDC from so am say Jumana speaker back bin ya fiada there ye pa mrata chiri there was some code 2 constitution article 101 hey clause 4 clause 8 near code 2 standing order say na tears Africa they see BB the gallery na BB the chamber that's the constitution no
muscle flexing
I see chamber then the gallery can chamber in home that way just when ya enunti ya mpene MPP for mu ntimi nya hwe ye be hwe omo po mu mra omo try the besi utie both sides a free Friday just a command kosropa na the see beside him say nti say obi adi na komachia enne ochina ekoi na udo dinkunim po a ehun susu anso no yene sen fanopo se NPP for timinya numbers yi ayehu pa fanopo so mutiminya number ehun hia 138 and speaker Bagbin oni ho o ma na bejire chiefo mienu nya ya NPP for enti se parliament be ya juma NPP for ba ko na kwakotena speaker kunyenu that is one vote call into bet me as send bibia wo hia 138 MPP for 138 no back when free speaker
yeah
into numbers no so wahi na so do timi minim so kwan bi obefa so po na de nya number no po na che say speaker Bagbin ye gune ni mase say no ye no ya bogu eno so won so so na no so back what going forward the implication for consensus building the NPP for see any betie mu yampeni ya bobu no mutu bogu and as o mantimi abongu nso then what happens to government credibility enti sa tintin dia mi shadan hu faso sunku bia the bebre parliament and the bebre Ghana na dia ba ko a esese yenya ewo ya dwemu tambia and sa parliament ya ye bo mi sese parliament sunku
ebin sida
parliament na see a free 1993 President Rawlings Bresso Babeto President Kufuor Bresso President Mahama and President Mills ne Mahama ninya sa parliament no ebesi President Akufo-Addo put the first step na government no ewo majority ewo parliament tie no to me eye adwuma na your friend no Brofo Kasem minority will have their say. There's a minority with them na mo betimi aka na mo pe o ma komemu eni mutu monka nanso majority will have its way. It's not saying they kuta numbers no till the more right some betimi aka mo adwe nanso to me na be chere yeah they could to me ni cry. The minority will have its say and majority will have its way. sa parliament no sa de na ni ho biem eni ho when your friend no hank parliament but for kasa just say parliament esensen wiem
because a 2 minute
apai say a draft we dame say apai we na apai nti entisa parliament na ababetwam enu nti no ade ba ko a ehu hia wo democracy na ya na mrepi no ya to agu ayeye binim say make can retreat but consensus
nkita
hodie eye said democracy bia ye nkita hodie na so mrepi no esan say numbers linti no ye one numbers linti no ye disan nkita hodie no yes yo mo dem we minority mo na mo ye donko mo dem mutumi aka na mo pe ye ba na ye pe wow democracy na me madwumen say banisa say o ye majority na minority wo ho a tie na omo ka say roboni friend no get them on board so omo wo adwenkyere bia how mo a ye hwe kwan ne omo ntena se whether you have a majority or not. Once there's a minority, T.O.B. asem. Na say bibi no mo ntiase na be a concession bi no mo hwehwe. Na that is democracy. But mrepi democracy na kwa akoye. O de monka na wo mutrim. Yenso be na ebe. Asa parliament dia entisa dia ba ko ehu hia a consensus building with democracy. Ene ope umpeo.
You have to.
Ene kwan yourself aso. Enti me party NPP esi etimi hu sadia ti esi esesa nema na nema titre pesi ye nyia no the old order no say yen when na ye hwehwe ntia de ba betudwa ebe ho be kire say bibia edimu a pesi e de ba no esi any minority for no tenase.
In these things, no, normally, you say, only will be bedin kita ho, and not just any panel and admin, so no bedin kita ho, akuma faimu. What if Rebecca say, bad faith wo ho, and yeah, honesty, and yeah, no kwarimu no new dino, or per se uprao, or per se umia, because ubi api to me at the end of the day. Into bed then in a decent
war, you can't say with you.
Akun.
I did a two any bombs. Ye wi ade na ye
yakasa
ye betrasi wo table say ni akasa enu kra po a ye kunipa ye bombo cities ni nya ye wi a ye betrasi kasa na we a enya wa menji ripo to be kra twe knife. Even can't not see akasa. Now, okay, and now they see Friday, baby, I have be doing. Kasa. What's I can say?
Inkita
hundie. And better be acquire see a fast. Well, I say who said the kind of parliament I betray me free 1993 when they different. And young. Na so de no kase da yeso because ya ne your government team enti bibia major policy bia e pese e de ba no we say ye team take account the other view. I mean jin this say only ni panel tenasis and hihye ya de bai say ne pese ya no mo dwen ho say mean jin this only ni panel tenasi bon kokoemu before on beka se debi some ka se debi kra bia ubitimi I mean if you see even in our domestic enya you've read say consensus even in your house with your children obi obanu person ye way if he says that jumo person kwan person fast we enya wouldn't better say na mo aba into ubetwe kakra no nso atwe kakra
omo ni kan yanso na eba floor na
oh so omo di kan ya menji de say see Friday in Kebesi.
So now who kosa?
Well, just say we are research na find out who cause but
because what would the budget table and yeah one now say stretch on sa or ton sa
won say I do
na obi so mu na fe or chon now so twene kakra ko si time wa mo be gina baby amunyina mo
fi say do baby no the artist finance minister say okay nsem ni bi idea to join free minority ken yen pemre kakra na yen trans ni yen hwe kwan ya let me take some of them on board. So okay.
But
them say Saturday night to them I late.
Because a baby says o chair or honor baby sir.
But achi abatembuye. Nti see here leadership. Now we share both sides in so both NPP and DC. And NPP NDC for saying yeah the nima 5 ba munyi we mufa we mbra mufa Matiso abamiensa. Eti eneno amo betinasi leadership betinasi. Maybe I have a lot of confidence in Chairman Sabonso.
You do?
Oh, lots of confidence that he will rise to the occasion. Tienenansa na ombeko floor no. Definitely. Yenyanti yese leadership beshia. Ni ashe. Consensus and San Omaba. Now I have every confidence Che Mensa and Haruna teams no they will come to a because now whichever way it goes it will be hopefully be a kind of Pyrrhic victory and answer.
Yeah, Pyrrhic victory.
Pyrrhic victory. Victory but prayer it's not worth the victory.
Yeah.
Well, ombo kwani tintintinti yantwema mentwe na NDC wini and NPP wini. It should be a Pyrrhic victory. Nti wenu should be the signal that going forward bibia de bebano. Omo taye of parliament, but wenu it's not an option anymore. It has to be consensus. Timarishem said, and the meetings they will come to a consensus on the way forward. Show that Matisse papers says showdown. Muhammad Ali need Joe Fraser. Timarishem said, Omoko share maybe 2-3 hour meeting there. They would come to a consensus. It will allow the budget to come. It would allow NDC, NPP, nobody to lose face, and we can move. I mean, for example, I'm say, Mufa Kita defense and share budget. Is it possible? If it's not possible now, it has to be explained. I'm saying E11 in free. Is that possible? Do you like it? You know, so everybody will go away with something. Your friend win-win situation. Webenya kakra. And I suspect that is the only way. Because also quite tinti numbers no way. Unya numbers no cra. Then every BBI saw the best all the numbers no ba. Well, me who house our option no will benefit anybody. Now and I know said the leadership luckily also on the pomba on Beshia before Marco Flow. No mushia. They all be at the point of view. We'll see that the way forward will be by consensus.
The way forward.
So Kokrokoo out to me reverse. We'll be see as Deputy Speaker Kran confers substantive motion. Because you are standing in for the speaker.
Yeah.
And it's a speaker man ruling. Are you going to preside over a process that will reverse the ruling without a speaker? I don't say yes.
Yeah.
It's just on the PE. And here you him saying you are back bin so. Obey the speaker.
Champion speaker.
As a champion, no, yeah.
Champion speaker.
But the be or no idea, see the asterisk. So back bin over, he has a good sense of humor.
That's
on not cover away by talk tax. Communication service tax. On not cover talk tax. He has a good sense of humor. do baby will be so no any position you're then no you're number 3. And position you're then maybe you're number 3. Now saying quite yes, you see
was number 2.
There's a 3 no crowd teachers and no yen who be down parliament. Africa was here 2. No crowd no betting me cry I am not present for you. Inti you say champion a politician Dawson. But Oko Bibi na Oko go bag me ni masia is the office of the speaker of parliament. Inti when you see na yatna table na chi yakasa. And I'm very, very confident that leadership not say 2-3 hour meeting, finance minister. They'll come out with something that everybody will be free and will avoid a confrontation.
Nana Akomia, MDSTC, Gusty Man in Brekum says, tell Nana Akomia I simply like his objectivity and analysis. But ask Uncle Kwesi for me, why is he always visiting strange countries? Does he hate Europe and America? What makes it strange? Anyway, Kwame, if the budget is not approved, how are the MPs going to be paid next year? Papa in Takoradi. Well, Papa, I have no idea. George in Kaswa, our parliament should know that Ghana is the only country we have. Today it is Nanado's turn. Tomorrow it will be somebody else. George in Kaswa sends that. I don't know what the NDC wants to achieve with a belligerent attitude towards the Ajinkwa budget. I believe that they know it will keep them in a position in perpetuity. Nana Akomia, Nana Ekwamwa, you know what is perpetuity? You have no idea about our politics, do you? The majority have the number, assuming they were to vote. But the problem is we, the NPP, caused our own goal, voted skirt and blouse in parliament to elect a speaker from the opposition. Walanyo in Akwetia sends that one in. And then the Ahibium and Nawaha. Nana Kumia, thanks for the education. May you live long. Rainbow in Kaswa sends that one in. And then a few others here. Farouk in Tema, great submission by Nana Kumia. But the problem is with the two sides of the house let go of their parochial attitudes to build consensus. Tintin Tininti is the problem. Farouk in Tema sends that one in. And then let's see, Kwesi Mpacho Brim.
Master Kwame.
Brad Kwesi.
Some no ne fapi no na Nana Kumia dia to ho no. And no one work am. Yeah, Ghana asesa. Na yan shed dan jin to mu se Ghana asesa. Nti there be acrobatics. Acrobatics they been in a way. They been in a year who ding a board to Kwani Adias and declare MPP majority group in parliament. And the question saying, Massa, majority group in parliament, the question saying, huh? Reality power a woman and then. And he said, a man you cool me one brush a bedroom. Will be our 137 members. See a coffee majority group and a minority group, and the question saying, as we carry to acquire borders,
yeah.
The length of time, the debate, and so on. If you're there, you see each as a minority group, majority group, in question. Na ya du pempenso bi a esese na etiase se amanyokuo bi ni Ghana ha chese ode ne ho a otumi ye ne ope sa pempenso no ne yakodu na wonya kodu sa pempenso no a ese ye toato adwen ye church le nyumamu no bia nya ne ho ntiase obi antumi nya takashi wo Ghana ha na wa parliament budget here the parliament here since we masa say January February na saying approve budget. Do you know the consequences for this economy?
Was it January
Was it
January
February?
By the end of this week, he approve it as some haba.
Asama 3 and some kitwa. And when Nakika beans and mean I'm your champion and so on. Working kind statements need be Charlie statements need be okay now your marshal. Say now penny for be subio tafrach one dream one trimwana. I don't want to drink to send an akumia.
Then you'll be an akumia.
Yeah, but one would be drink to send an akumia can no press. I can be boy na. But could be a macan and the headline be NDC is evil. We will show them. Walk of fire. Masa, what the emphasis send abangba bi ni ho watukan. Enti ye ko parliament. Na yasa ko fa budget yaba. Masa, o ko fa budget ba na se ye nuanum MPP foi. Omutumi ma omumra hye bedwafo ni nyina ko parliament nda 137. Kwa mutimi 137.
Omunyina ye 138.
Dabi tiemi ye 137.
Why?
Tiemi me kaba. And this is for na mobilize no more 137. Speaker of Parliament or acting Speaker of Parliament on Twaba.
Okay, that's where you're coming from. Okay.
Yeah, but even Sir 138 no back on MPP.
Yeah, but he's chosen to do business with MPP.
Exactly, but he doesn't make him an MP. He's still an independent candidate.
He is.
But Onakot Speaker come no more to Abeni, na 137.
True.
Run on with the Edmond of Parliament Ninjas say 137 now. It's not an approval of the budget.
Apai.
In fact, it counts as a disapproval of the budget. It's one more year they say next Tuesday Parliament you could show on it. At the end how do you show be? At the end how do you show be? Nyaban say Obi Antrance near enough for pressure and go almost on himself. Yeah, in the NDC, in the MPP. Omo MPP a omo adwemu do a omo ehu ne e ade no ne for pressure go parliamentarians so say you must come to some consensus in the national interest. That's the way to go. Enya tem didie enya kika binsam ena ye de ye say ne say wo ye de enti masa asema da ho no enya gudie kura emu piye pa ya nhwe ni ye a ebe hadwin pa na unim me masam de tietia ebra ye to abawie MPP na 137 and this na 137 per it call for a review of the parliamentary processes immediately because we are fashioning parliament the rules, the regulations, and everything on the basis of a majority versus minority.
Yeah.
When we go to this stage, we have to realize and say, standing orders near the end of what do you do this time? It needs a review. Now, instead of reviewing the standing orders near what did we do? Yeah, Pekwambia Masa. And they go, yeah, come majority party, they become majority group because we still want to work with a majority minority, no. We can't get out of it, but we should have gotten out of it and written new orders and so on to reflect the reality in Parliament, but we didn't. Any team, Anna, Kwame, Kasembia, no creator, yeah. Political atmosphere no, since 1993. Ya poison sa mane ko du empempenso bia. Obi koya de pakura no sro. Woni koya de pakura na sro. And then wo de ma yenuanum NDC foi parliamentarians bi. And ni aban koya negotiations no from beto. Say hey, wo makoje. Me boy.
It came up, didn't it?
Yeah, omakwaje. Hey, obeka obeye ni obeye bia se wakwaje. Enti wo di abai kura negotiation kura wusuro. Because we dey anya next time we san baby. Enu e ka ho bi. Masa, etosu mienu. O kai President Mills address.
Then it's here.
Ebra ka say economy no nkoyi amani sikasam no nkoyi eno ma chiachia ne adinti yen building national consensus on the state of the economy and the way forward. Okay. Omukoye senchi. Yeni anum bi omo MPP no, they saw this as a good step forward. Beboa. They wanted to participate. One person omo ko che omo dwen ni building national consensus and so. What happened? What I say my warning. So omo nim na so omo ko senchi a. Omo ni MPP tun kwanta omo pai. Okay. And yakwa the asabedu mpempensu bia. Obiye nimsadie yihia Ghana hasisi a national consensus on the state of the economy and the way forward. Obiye nim. And now say yeni anu mono mesa abreso omu take a certain attitude. Abaye dia ma yinara. Oh. Na media nukure pa ni kwame. Sei na beko yechi. Na hwɛ de nkrofo ye na de aboye bra. Omai no ebegu. Yeah.
Because ebe payback time.
Pastor say
Ebe payback time.
Eni se bansa.
Peace FM.
Eni se bansa. I say e bansa. Masa. Can you imagine? Can you be the case so no pana na ya fa nkrantie ni nam.
Nyame pengo. Obi the another angle about me bisa I don't know, I'm still checking say no crash say speaker ni ho. Na first or second deputy speaker no betre mama no. Say edru voting or so timi to aba. I don't know, may check me bisa just in case you know. Okay, I'm also still
He is then the speaker.
Yes, say onye the speaker per se.
I don't super hifa.
Pacho. Eti me beside me
or your speaker there or your speaker. Only the speaker per se in the hifa.
Okay. Obviously, Kwame, let's just get a lawyer. But per the standing orders of Parliament, the substantive speaker has neither original nor a casting vote. In his absence, the standing orders say the deputy speaker, when presiding, shall have no original vote. It is silent on the casting vote. What is the practical implication? Does he have a casting vote?
Wow.
Okay. So, without educate ourselves.
Acrobat here, acrobat is way na kumeka say ehwe die bi za emwaye. Onem chen. Ne beboye say both sides ne betra. No more dwendwen on mine no. No more compromise position. Everybody is comfortable with. That is the only way out. When the young fan say okay, or casting vote. No about casting our vote, you know. You see, I approve budget. Enti emiri biara MPP parliamentarians are binding people parliament, you know. Are they going to be able to mobilize 138 votes? Huh? Say yare we ase. Yare ni we ase. And remember, it is not going to be possible to mobilize 138 votes all the time. So let's start building the consensus now. Let's start building the consensus now and move on the basis of the consensus into the future. Na me get the masa me ntiase me abai wo. Eno na empenifo bebre aka. And now we had Daily Graphica.
Yeah.
We had Daily Graphica. And penifo bebre akasa acho modern about what should happen. Near a fast one.
Consensus building is on the front page. For governance experts.
Inside technicalities, you say Supreme Court. That is the worst move that anybody can do. Why do you want to destroy the Supreme Court?
Why destroy? You're going for interpretation. But then we know that it will drag this whole matter. And then at the end of the day, then what?
And you're dragging the Pokeke, Kwame. And you're dragging the Pokeke. Supreme Court here, Ohoyankasano. A binum Morgana ha, Omadrimun train about Supreme Court. Dada. What in American answer?
Métier.
A bioha, Omadrimun train on Dada. Now, so Sasami about yes, Uncle Supreme Court and Supreme Court about budget needs is approved. Supreme Court never approved budget.
But
so what are the consequences of that? Are you not reinforcing the perception would you not be reinforcing the existing perception already?
What if the Supreme Court says budget not approved? Which perception would you be enforcing then?
And how does that help anybody? Even if the Supreme Court were to decide, say
no, make us say the facts will be argument about Supreme Court teachers. So muko ye jumana say ahana no credit the omuntimi fan to.
Kwame, you are introducing Mampachomin Caputo Kasa.
No problem.
You are introducing another element in jurisprudence.
Menya lawyer ni minte.
Another element. You understand? Why? Supreme Court, one more transia. 7 judges. It means by the miensa adwene call. Then 9 adwene call. Different place. And no credit no more can.
How more camera?
It's a matter of opinion. And opinions are different based on people's biases, and Supreme Court judges have biases. You understand? And so on. It is our Supreme Court can Ukraine the Ukraine anyway. Ukraine anyway. Say Ukraine dia ka ba akopɛ. Say Ukraine dia ka every time you on panel a Supreme Court, can they all come up with the same position?
At the end of the day, the Supreme Court is the arbiter. Say
Asemba
say your corners are that too bad. You bet me I could review. But ni baby no say could do Supreme Court. Baby, I'm not better
now you're talking about something totally different.
No, it's the same thing. Baby, I'm not
no. You are talking about the constitutional mandate to interpret the Constitution itself, which is the preserve of the Supreme Court. That's a different matter.
You can't budget no answer. Say all the Supreme Court in there. Now Supreme Court to say budget not approved. We have no choice. We obey this. Your corner budget approved. We have no choice. Because at the end of the day, and yes, our litigation will continue in what? Perpetuity.
Push me on a paper. Why? To be honest with you, the Supreme Court is there because the people of Ghana accept that it should be there.
Yes.
The Supreme Court is a derivative of the sovereignty of the people of Ghana. The Supreme Court is not above the sovereignty of the people of Ghana in terms of principles. What it holds out is representing the sovereignty of the people of Ghana. The people of Ghana are much bigger, greater, more powerful than the Supreme Court.
So why is it that Asemba say the court?
For as long as say Supreme Court is the final arbiter, it is the final arbiter.
Bottom line.
But when it gets to the point where there's a dispute about whether the Supreme Court is the final arbiter or not, that's a different level.
There's no dispute there.
There can't be a dispute.
Why should we even push it?
Kwame,
I don't know. Say it to me. Push it. Say Asemba. Supreme Court ain't me the final arbiter. Now you be international court. Why?
There are constitutional amendments. The Constitution itself allows amendments. This Constitution can be amended. There's no part of the Constitution which cannot be amended. The powers of the Supreme Court can be amended, taken away by the people of Ghana.
How do we do
Some can be taken away by the people of Ghana. The people of Ghana have a right to decide. So in terms of the hierarchy of the judiciary, it should change and so on. This is a right. This is the sovereign will of the people of Ghana.
No, you have a crime.
And I said there are processes for amending the Constitution, and you don't know that there are processes.
Of course, the Parliament is the best idea.
Exactly. There are processes. Even the entrenched crosses, there are processes for amending them. Intimate person may too technical about these issues. How do we resolve the matter? The processes he prescribed is the best. Let us
consensus.
Do that. Consensus building. Discussion, negotiation, consensus building is a way out. Because many other issues are going to come. And a budget equal no matter. 2023 dear my 2024 dear my and there will be subsequent others and so on. You understand? Nti yehu se mpempenso a yakudu.
So man building is here.
Mpempenso a yakudu no. Ajimansam mbamu. Enya ajimansam, enya kikabinsam. Tazan bi animu fa kwa yakudu no, Tazan ni. Swaziniga bi anim.
Kwesi Prati bi anim.
Yo, na me
Jack Toronto bi. Kwesi Prati amotene kano one Nana Kumia and Yedin Komo anope efa budget 2022 mrashe bedwem menteme ho asia bemu. Now the NPP had 169 seats in parliament. Kwame is now 137 with one independent on the side of the NPP. This is the root cause of all this brouhaha. We're going to write this next year with the election of our leadership. NPP should come back stronger to break the 8. Mike Changsu Odum from Swami. Udim Changsu. Kwame, the Deputy Speaker of Parliament is not a substantive speaker. He's an MP with a constituency and votes, just like in the US. Alfie, we are not too sure about that. The Speaker of Parliament, Alban Bagbin, humiliated the Finance Minister by threatening to remove him from Parliament by calling the marshals. Was he not disrespecting the Finance Minister's office as well? Abeku in Lashibe. Is it true that the day of the budget, the NDC's 137 were not all in Parliament? If that's the case, on what basis was the budget rejected? Kwejo Ahodo, Scarborough, UK. The country is bigger than Parliament. They must get it back at the back of their minds that parliamentarians should stop the parochial interests. I miss the periods of J.H. Benso, Uswe Champon, Nana Akufo-Addo, Ken Jirasa, Ghana, where we drifting, Francis Brakwa in Kumasi. The majority must engage the minority persuasively with decorum. The e-levy must be reduced drastically. Michael Anenti. Kwesi Pratt is wrong. The only thing an MP presiding as a first or second deputy speaker is barred from doing is exercising his right to vote. That is the original vote. And this is to promote fairness in the chair. But if there's a tie, he's allowed to vote, a casting vote, because he's first and foremost an MP. And as such, his constituents must have a say. Say Obama. Well, let's listen to...
Kwame.
Yes.
Kwame, no problem. Uncle casting vote. No problem. Our casting vote, our casting That's all.
The NPP should eat humble pie. There are one or two things in the budget which needs to be looked at. Those saying Momo tax is good, wait until you start paying and you see. And that's Simon in Circle. And Simon takes a swipe at me. Nana Mpajem says somebody's phone is buzzing there and says he's sure that I won't read it because I asked a silly question. And Nana Kumia put me right. Simon, good morning. Have a beautiful Tuesday. Shiftman in Atunsu. I'd implore Parliament to think about Ghana first and approve the budget. I pray the NPP will learn a lesson from this and sit up going forward. How was Bagbin nominated as Speaker of Parliament? Can they do the same to approve the budget? Osafo Iron City. It's not that simple, Osafo. I agree with Kwesi Pratt. Parliament needs to build a consensus in approving the budget. If the majority and minority keeps doing this, it's our country which will suffer. Edward Ejiri, aka Captain from Tadi. If you present double taxation budget to Parliament for approval, what precisely are you anticipating? Yentria e-levy? No. Period. I pay a sisriwa. Since that one, and then we'll be sending back with with Shakespeare. More drama is bound to happen as far as this hang Parliament is concerned. We need our MPs to think of Ghana first. Safu Kantanka Okanshin. Chairman General, greetings to you and your guests. So far, Nana Kumia is the best communicator. I love him. Daniel Ochre in Soutium. Nana gets a fun. It's in order to ask for a review of the e-levy, but to ask for a total scrapping of it is retrogressive. We can't still be dependent on loans and be using huge revenue from the state to service the loans. Kwesi Reynolds in Agona Odobing. Kofi Apia Manson Kran, good morning. I'll leave it there for now. I don't want to raise other things. And okay, moving on. Leadership in NPP in Parliament must be replaced Nana Kumia, do you agree? Nature me besides Sabia can say a lack of proper leadership. Leadership must be replaced.
Kwame,
Yes, Nana.
it's early days yet.
Oh.
Yeah.
Me buy no. Shedana manko.
Are they?
I was very careful.
I am a baho. Mr. Tiu Nana Kumia. Kwesi.
So nana ya wano.
Debbie Onyanyano.
It's early days yet. So who feels that even what dream will say, oh, Obi a bibi obi leader be a senk of faha no one faho.
Yeah.
Then I'll see you know there. And every day be able to leader.
Debbie, say, you can say, we ain't in ye, you know.
Nadia.
Oh, say, be a movie, say, hey, wabre.
So, same way, and now, on also then I didn't share number. And I'm just saying, it's early days yet. Saturday, Friday, the chance here. And then, Omokwakushia. Yan share how it will go this week. Now, said I'm have a lot of confidence in the leadership. So they will rise to the occasion because they don't need any alternative. There's nothing like minority who count the numbers. It's not there. The only thing is to talk.
I like the way you're so definite on it.
Anyhow, that's it. Come here, help you. Those days now, maybe call Parliament first. A brand here, Phenomena 33.
Talk about 96,
97.
97 years.
Now, yeah, 61. Kwame. NDC for your 133.
Yeah.
Now, Casemuna, she said, when you brain not a move, you say. She said, says, you said, 2 minutes, I had 61 against 133. And I answer Yamincha the answer 2001, the Benya Kakra. Yes, you are with the same thing. Parliamentary Tremunancy, 2017 to 2020.
169.
In this parliament, anyhow, I want to say of all the combinations that could come with the numbers, what came is 137137. Oh, sir.
Just say you say and some
every confidence. These are very intelligent people, experienced politicians. Chairman Sans of Parliament free 1997. Harun and so watch it. And there would be a compromise, and then you better avoid going to the wire. No, there will be a compromise. Now, you seem to give the impression say a consensus. I said, was it not if you present Mills
Peace FM.
I got that impression.
No, I didn't say that. I said, say. President Nelson Bresu, Ebrana also here national consensus. More national consensus.
I was saying
okay.
I was saying that's what I'm saying.
Well, since you put the name, say Mahama, but
Mahama.
Oh, okay.
But the consensus are crazy. If we roll his Bresu, what they may have a dream point share politics here. There's so many policies are buying back on the bar. Na the other party team, and then omo power, omo kra policy no mu team no kra, omo kra no mo champion no more. What they were doing was just well, almost I can say man consulting ye. So you feel say well we are not part of it. The whole thing is to let everybody feel that they are part of it. Okay, health insurance,
national health insurance.
2003. BBT said national health insurance. Because the original concept, say this kakra to ho, dia boa apomudi wo omemwa. Countries almost kakra chain to say UK more health insurance.
Yeah.
Now here for those. But him say the health insurance bano. NDC for boycott here.
Yeah.
So I'm buy no. I'm crab a catcher and less some no be share bukina. Okay, Northern Development Fund. You can't say ye nyanu me wo stream sebi. Aso hiano doso ho panti enye special futuro bia ye de beboa o. NDC for TM. Now some buy no mkoye no sada. The same thing. Savannah BBBB Development A. Same thing. But Tomu TM when it was first announced.
Yeah.
Okay, NYP, National FM Program. So there be, and you say never majuma ba. Now some buy number 2 ni jida.
Yeah.
The year number be. Leap niya. Into what must say we no me a policy sir. Nipa no ejitum say yeah, but this answer ya amfana nka hunti no. Obey oppose. Until so no ba power. Anti consensus no there. Non-consensus. Both parties are guilty, right from Rollins Press.
But he said
Only they did get fund by. There's an interesting story behind get fund.
No, I don't.
He said 1999. Now President Rollins, almost number some 2 V18 or so. V18 from the bar 1998. No, at 10%. Number some 12.5.
Sometimes yeah, and I'll get fund levy be by.
Sometimes so na jet President Rollins jet he has said you buy offshore companies. So that was the first time in Ghana for a tea about offshore companies, special purpose vehicle. That means I have to maintain. Played by the same issues.
Yeah,
way back. It is that time now on person to get funding. Now you have elections so the next year. Now it was politically
unwise.
Yeah. And our position say penny moment to VAT from 10 to 12.5. Our Kokrokoo aeroplane. Say. And you call cabinet no. And I'm say okay. And I am dressing up as education fund. And no do the bar. No more case and say this guy too for education. Mumpeni. That's how Get Fund came about. Of course, somebody buy you know.
You had no option but to support it.
And then they ever get fund. Now, Kwesi, Supreme Court, somehow it's quite interesting, but I mean, of course, main gin to say, same way see Friday, Yanfenko Supreme Court. I mean, yeah, I'm saying a court to dance and a bear. Just the motion scrap. We best start saying cancel. Gonna bust me back.
Brofa case here.
Because every way matters to be decided. Hey, could have for papers Braway. Not 2 months scrap arbitration. Inti and no put there. And now we need cry. What is the point?
Pyrrhic victory.
Yeah. What is this? Pyrrhic victory. But I don't just say. But because okay, be say Supreme Court. There's a perception about the Supreme Court.
Yeah.
They no. Or the Assembly Supreme Court a problem. It shouldn't be a problem. Because not Kwame Kra until was here, not Kwame Nudi. But then I can.
The Americans say, a binum Ghana ha and they cry and fast Assembly Supreme Court, Omunji Supreme Court in Some people. I didn't even say whether it's the majority or the minority and so on. Now, it is Assembly Supreme Court, but Supreme Court, just in case, could decide, they say, budget no is approved, or so on. Now, it will worsen that perception. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, but that's what you mentioned earlier. I know
that's what I'm saying.
And I mean, so what if they go and say, okay, budget not approved? So it could go either way.
No problem.
You know.
But is it that
no problem. But we all agree that going to the Supreme Court is not a wise move.
No, it's not.
It's not wise. That's not because
it's stretchy.
Kwame, the point is it's not wise. But not because there's a perception about the Supreme Court. And if you consider that, then you're undermining the entire judiciary.
Massa, if you Massa now will comment on it. Okay, no problem.
Because Okase in that particular budget assembly near will be the Supreme Court, assuming so much million 1 month, 2 months, no more judgment. More judgment. That is the judgment. Upe, that is it.
Yeah.
Because okay say ebinum our perception about the Supreme Court until come judgment to deepen that perception. So what? So what? So what? And in that case, then we'll be on court. Yeah, because our perception that doesn't matter. That's the court. Look, judgment your mama election petition. Wasn't it by unanimous?
Yeah, that's one 2020.
But still, some people
still
say
that people were not happy with it.
And the court judgment be our own gentle. And it's not just the Supreme Court. Every court judgment, nobody lose no. Nobody lose court case, whether at the magistrate level or at the because you pushing that, then you're going to undermine the whole integrity of the judiciary. That is the arrangement. You can't have a perfect arrangement. That is why a court name normally 5. Yes, I'm coming back up all cases. 5 because will be our opinion. Into your majority opinion. That's it. Enti sena me medical can me yenya bompa yema leadership no and let them rise to the occasion. The practical difficulties are many, the political difficulties are many. Also going to the wire and do a confrontation.
It will help nobody.
And the leadership, I can assure you, Kwame, they will rise to the occasion.
Now Jomudi because leadership should change and never will last. Right, yeah, sorry, sir.
Supreme Court.
Okay.
Mother.
Yes, Chrissy.
Peace FM.
Supreme Court. There are certain principles they accept to work with.
Okay.
One of those principles is at all times, Putoka said, justice must not just be done, but it must be seen to be done. I see anything.
I say a temon yebu, I just say Bun Kekeba, send ni penny in Anya, and I see it.
And that's dealing with perception, dealing with public perception. Clear. One of the cardinal principles of law is the purposive interpretation of law. I see anything. You understand? And judges cannot do as they like and as they please. They are bound by some principles. And in fact, the right to reject, the right to reject decisions of the judiciary, is also a right that citizens enjoy.
But you bet your crime will be fast.
It doesn't matter, but citizens have a right to say that they disagree with the judiciary.
Of course.
You understand? And when that disagreement becomes acute, there are many measures that citizens can take in their collective in order to deal with what they consider to be an unjust judiciary.
Like what?
Oh, but I told you about the right to amend the Constitution, for example. The right to amend the Constitution is one of those, measures open to citizens, and so on. And see, look, when we get to the stage that say, as for the judiciary, they have the power, they can do what they like, they can do as they please, and so on. We are heading towards anarchy. We are clearly heading towards anarchy. So some now we can decide an animation transform. Me come a masamuwa, and then me person make us something in there.
Matty.
Ebra, majority group decided to walk out. What were they intending to achieve? Did they believe that the walkout was going to lead to the approval of the budget?
Of course not.
So, all this discussion is it about? They deliberately walked out, knowing that walking out was not going to lead to an approval of the budget. Was that the correct strategy to adopt? And so on. But, I mean, there are still many things that have to be done. Now, we have to make sure that we don't make statements and so on which will go against the effort to build the consensus. When the matter is resolved, we will then be able to comment. Why? Articles here and say I'm sure you've read many of them.
Which ones?
Is this sensible? Articles about how much was spent on Michael Quay's health care, Bagwin's health care, and so on. How does it help to build that consensus?
Question I say no there and at least taflache or more parliament neka and
now we didn't focus on articles the fever.
Say me who said Mrashebe ni bia trobisa.
When
I who
Kwame, the article on Professor Michael Quinn starts by us a member of parliament who as a former member of parliament and having had parliamentary experience as well.
You are getting me wrong. Me say Mrashebe for honne. I hear him some number consensus building. Maintain some mubia aka about Professor Michael Quinn health reasons and now about bagging health bills. Maintain. It is Ubia Bas, a former member of parliament, on Nubabeka. It's a totally different matter. It is our MPs in parliament today that we are looking up to build consensus.
Sir, leakage about expenditures on Bagbin Efri. Every Ministry of Works and Housing in the Bay. Exactly. Exactly, every parliament on the Bay. Obia won't need parliamentary system, no cannot have access to that information.
Well, not necessarily. It'll be a free Ministry of Finance. It'll be a free seat of government. You never know.
Are you not making it even worse?
No, I'm just telling you that it is possible. Say, the final authority came from Ministry of Finance. You would never know who did it. You know, but it must be somebody with influence.
That's all. No problem.
Kwame, the election petition was 2012 election petition, not 2013. Okay, thank you very much.
We can't get it right all the time.
I'm sorry if I said 2012. 2013, I should have said 2012. Okay, but eventually we got the answers in 2013. But it's okay. Nana Yampong, Kwesi Yampong. Nyanko Parliament, go ahead, ABC. So and I be peaceful, but as you said, Nana seems to have so much confidence. Nana, maybe is that something you know that we don't know? No. You seem very calm, very easy.
Kwame, what is the alternative? Say NPP for Nkofa motion for rescission in Mara.
Send no motion.
Oh, Nasaka there.
Master, no problem.
Someone can some motion
for rescission. You need 138 votes.
I'll go find it.
Who speaker, one of your votes that Tia Kunyon. If they just say, wake of vote now, we are cutting a Kunyon. I mean, what is that?
One of the arguments to cry about Bontini say, a brother speaker, a call for vote, you know. Uti.
Oh, me too.
A brother speaker call for vote, you know. Now there were only 137 people seated in the chamber. So, how different will this one be from that one?
It will still be 137.
There will still be 137 people seated in the chamber.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. Chamber who got a speaker.
That be a speaker.
No. Seated in the chamber will be MPs from both sides. That will be more than 137.
Who told you that I'm
sorry.
Almost sorry. I wanted something. So the vote
almost sorry.
You understand?
Then the vote okay.
I'm sorry.
Maybe I'm almost so shy.
I'm sorry.
Based on your own argument.
How do you we are back to less than half.
Meanwhile, there's even another argument. There was an original voice vote. It was an original voice vote. It was after the voice vote, you know, and we call for division.
Okay.
At the time of the voice vote, you know, both sides were in the house. So the division was a continuation from the voice vote. His argument is that there were only 137 people in the chamber and so on. He cannot hold.
And because of where we are, we were confident that there would be a consensus, there would be compromise, and there would be a consensus.
I swear, Nana Kumia, you know something we don't know. He knows something.
Never know him.
Debbie never be bringing him.
Sir,
Debbie be bringing him. I don't know the direction the parliament be connect.
But what are you saying? What is the saying?
Oh, me person know you are doing that there has to be consensus.
Okay, it's faith.
Different from there will be consensus. There has to be consensus. Different from there will be consensus.
But Nana Kumia is certain there will be consensus.
Because he says it's the only sensible way to go.
Yes.
Not because
he's giving them credit that they are sensible people. So at the end of the day, if there's no consensus, then they are not sensible people.
There will be consensus.
Because no man not a lot of it is sensible.
Because you are very interested in the ones that are not sensible, pal.
Why there was second wife? Why there was fourth wife? Now king guy.
Because now king can you many social media now they have.
Social media.
Because you never be here.
Social media.
Who can see Pratt? Who say my akafa? Nina na efuke. Somebody budget or somebody.
Also one was second wife.
Yes, will be second wife. Anna, the other side is about so. I couldn't cry the second or fourth wife. And so on. Now what is it? What is it?
One of Kaza social media.
Kwesi mami tufu we me bra pagi ba mami tufu ni amani boy ni achiru eni ni amani
dey start to say can wife so be there go do for
our parliament wa
so be there too abi can ya be there go do for.
Now, what does that have to do with the budget?
I don't know, maybe say, yeah, can budget is some more second wife or your fourth wife today.
And that could be a kind of political point scoring. Nana Kumia, this one says, why Nana Kumia is calm is because, well,